Mackerel is a popular and valuable seafood, caught by many fishermen using many different methods. One of the popular methods is to use purse seine. Fishermen often go out to sea with large ships, carrying large purse seine nets, which can cover a large area of the sea. The net is pulled along the moving school of mackerel, enclosing them within the net. After pulling the net up, the mackerel is quickly harvested. Another method is to use fishing, especially live bait fishing. Fishermen will drop live bait or artificial bait into the water where mackerel often appear. The bait will be dragged along the water surface or dropped deep down, attracting the mackerel to come and bite the bait. This requires patience and high technique to ensure that the mackerel is hooked without slipping away. In addition, some fishermen also use fishing methods such as hook fishing or cluster fishing to catch mackerel in areas with large schools of fish. Regardless of the method, the technique and experience of the fishermen play a very important role in ensuring the high efficiency of catching mackerel. Besides, another popular method of catching mackerel is using gill nets. The gill net is usually pulled by a small fleet of boats, with the net stretched along both ends of the boat, then moved back and forth to capture the mackerel. This method is very effective in shallow waters or where mackerel gather in large schools, because the net can catch many fish in one pull. In addition, during the mackerel spawning season, fishermen can apply the net fishing method in coastal areas. In this case, the boat will move slowly along the coast, with the net spread out and pulled to shore when the mackerel is caught. This method is suitable for those fishing in coastal areas or near islands where mackerel frequently migrate to spawn. Regardless of the method, catching mackerel requires an understanding of the migration habits and behaviors of this fish species. Fishermen must master factors such as seasonality, weather conditions, ocean currents, and the behavior of mackerel schools to be able to harvest fish effectively. At the same time, protecting aquatic resources is also very important, because mackerel is a species at risk of depletion if not fished reasonably and sustainably. To protect mackerel resources and ensure sustainable development of the fishing industry, many countries have applied strict regulations on fishing seasons and quotas. Fishermen must comply with regulations on the size of mackerel allowed to be caught, as well as prohibited fishing areas during the fish's spawning season. Some places also encourage fishermen to use selective fishing methods, limiting the use of large trawl nets or equipment that is harmful to the habitat of other aquatic species. In addition, many fishermen now focus on applying modern fishing techniques to optimize efficiency and minimize environmental impact. For example, some modern fishing vessels are equipped with positioning and radar systems, which help fishermen accurately determine the location of mackerel schools, thereby reducing the time and effort spent searching. Advanced fishing methods also help protect marine biodiversity. Prevent overfishing, and protect the habitat of other fish species. In addition, in the context of climate change affecting the marine environment, it is important to study and monitor changes in mackerel species. Many research organizations and governments are working to monitor mackerel populations through sustainable fishing and marine conservation programs. to ensure that this fishery resource continues to grow and is maintained for future generations. In short, mackerel fishing is not only a challenging traditional occupation, but also an activity that requires careful consideration of the environment and regulations to protect natural resources. The combination of modern fishing techniques, appropriate management regulations and environmental protection awareness will help the tuna fishery develop sustainably in the future. In addition to complying with fishing regulations, another important factor in protecting tuna resources is educating and raising awareness among fishermen about protecting the marine environment. In recent years, many training programs have been organized to help fishermen better understand the impacts of overfishing and environmentally friendly fishing methods. Marine conservation organizations, local governments and non-governmental organizations are also working together to provide information, resources and technical support to fishermen so that they can fish effectively without harming the marine ecosystem. In addition, the development of technologies to monitor and supervise fishing activities has also contributed significantly to maintaining the sustainability of the fisheries industry. Modern fishing vessel monitoring systems, using GPS and AIS, automatic identification system, technology, help track fishing activities at sea, ensuring that fishermen comply with regulations on fishing areas and seasons. This not only helps fishermen avoid penalties, but also contributes to reducing overexploitation of marine resources. From a consumption perspective, the market also plays an important role in promoting the sustainability of the tuna fishing industry. Current consumer trends favor seafood products that are certified as sustainable or responsible for their origin, thereby creating pressure on fishermen and seafood producers to implement sustainable fishing methods. Certifications such as the Marine Stewardship Council (MSC) help fishermen and seafood businesses demonstrate that they comply with strict regulations on environmental protection and exploitation of marine resources. All of these efforts, whether at the individual or community level, contribute to the protection of marine resources, especially mackerel, an important fish species not only in the fisheries economy but also in the marine ecosystem. Combining scientific fishing methods, reasonable resource management and raising public awareness will be the key to helping fishermen continue to maintain their traditional occupation while protecting the sustainability of the sea to achieve the goal of sustainable development in the tuna fishing industry. Another important factor is the establishment of an international management and cooperation system among coastal countries. Mackerel is a migratory fish species, moving through many sea areas. So if only managing tuna fishing in a single area, it will be very difficult to effectively control exploitation. Therefore, countries need to cooperate in building common agreements and regulations on fishing, sharing information on the status of resources and protecting valuable marine areas. For example, many regions such as Southeast Asia and the East Sea have formed cooperative organizations between countries to manage tuna and other marine resources. These cooperation agreements not only help countries reach consensus on seasonal regulations and fishing quotas, but also help share research on the status of mackerel populations, thereby taking timely measures to protect and restore resources. Along with international cooperation, the application of advanced scientific methods in research and management of aquatic resources is also extremely important. Research on the biology, migration behavior, and reproductive cycle of mackerel helps scientists and fishermen accurately predict when and where mackerel gather, thereby optimizing fishing without harming the population. Furthermore, monitoring technologies such as underwater cameras, sensors and satellite data help monitor mackerel stocks, as well as environmental impacts, making resource management more accurate and timely. The application of technology and science is not only limited to mackerel management and fishing, but also opens up new opportunities for the development of supporting industries, such as seafood processing and ecotourism. Fishermen can take advantage of advanced technologies to produce high-quality seafood products, thereby increasing economic value. At the same time, areas with a lot of mackerel also have the potential to develop marine ecotourism, attracting tourists to visit, learn about traditional fishing and protect the marine environment. In short, developing a sustainable mackerel fishing industry is a long process and requires the participation of all parties. From fishermen, governments, international organizations, to the consumer community, only when people are aware of the importance of protecting marine resources and implementing scientific and reasonable measures in exploitation, can the fisheries industry develop stably and sustainably, bringing benefits to both the community and future generations. For the tuna fishing industry to be truly sustainable, it requires not only cooperation in resource management, but also changes in the way seafood products are consumed and processed. Today's consumers increasingly pay attention to seafood products with clear origins and are exploited sustainably. This is an important factor in motivating fishermen and seafood businesses to shift to less environmentally impactful fishing methods, while encouraging the development of sustainable certifications such as MSC, ASC, Aquaculture Stewardship Council, helping consumers easily identify and choose suitable products. Tuna consumption also contributes significantly to the economic development of coastal communities. But if resources are not protected, the fishing industry may face the risk of depletion. Therefore, smart consumption initiatives and protection of marine resources are essential. Campaigns on choosing sustainable seafood products and responsible consumption will help people raise awareness and make the right choices, while impacting the global seafood supply chain. In addition, the tuna processing industry is also facing major challenges in maintaining product quality when there is increasing demand from the market. Processing plants need to adopt new technologies to reduce waste and use advanced preservation and processing methods to ensure that the nutritional value of mackerel is retained after processing. This will not only help create high-quality seafood products but also help increase the value of mackerel in the international market. An indispensable factor in maintaining the sustainability of the mackerel fishing industry is to support small-scale fishermen, especially in poor areas where mackerel fishing is the main source of income. Local governments and social organizations can provide financial support, technical training and modern fishing equipment to help fishermen improve productivity without degrading the quality of marine resources. At the same time, cooperative initiatives and linkages between fishermen and fishing cooperatives also play an important role in improving the efficiency of exploitation and protecting the habitat of mackerel. Finally, the development of marine protected areas and non-fishing areas, MPAs, is also an important solution. These areas help protect the breeding and habitat areas of mackerel. While creating a favorable environment, mackerel is a valuable seafood, caught mainly by methods such as using purse seines, live bait or artificial bait, and sometimes gill nets. Fishermen often go out to sea, using large boats to drag the purse seine through schools of moving mackerel, encircling them and pulling them onto the boat. In addition, some fishermen use bait fishing, dropping bait into the water or dragging bait near the surface to attract mackerel to bite the hook. After being caught, mackerel is often processed on board to maintain freshness, including cleaning, gutting and storing in ice. During processing, mackerel can be processed in many different ways, depending on consumption and market needs. One of the popular processing methods is canning, which helps preserve the fish for a long time and makes it easy to transport. Mackerel can also be seasoned and grilled, fried or steamed, creating delicious and nutritious dishes. In addition, mackerel is also processed into dried products, such as dried mackerel or smoked mackerel, which are very popular in traditional dishes or as gifts. All stages from catching to processing require care and technique to ensure product quality and retain the characteristic flavor of mackerel. After the mackerel is cleaned and preliminarily processed, the preservation process is an important factor